morning. Okay, it's 10:02, so we'll be starting shortly. Let's see. We're going to be installing hold on, let's get you guys set up. Some eyelets, and I love these because they can add a nice little twist at the end. We're going to have a keychain ring, but I'm instead of the keychain ring, I'm going to be putting this little bracelet because I think if you're going to sell these or even give these away, this is a really cute idea, especially if you have people that are walking, exercising, running, or just like doing errands, especially like first time moms that are like going in mom groups and they're with their strollers. This is a really cool idea. Or if you're going grocery shopping and you just need your debit card and your ID, this is a really cool idea. Teachers that are like, especially like they're like the field person that monitors the playground. This is a cool idea. Field trips, things like that. I think this is a really cool idea. These bands come out. Oh my goodness, words are not wording for me today, but you can kind of get these little elastic bands anywhere. If you just put elastic hair bands or plastic elastic bands, you can get them anywhere. But I think I got mine's from, it was so magical. It was at a booth, but you can get them pretty much anywhere. I believe you can even get these on Amazon. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, words are like not wording for me today. You can get them you can get them at a visible hair bands. Like I'm gonna pull some up from CVS because you can get them for people use these for workout equipment. Just giving you ideas. And ooh, that is a long link. Okay, so not CVS. Just like the receipts, they have huge links. Hold on, let me do Amazon. Because when in doubt, Amazon it out, okay? Whenever I get the links, um, whenever I get the receipt from CVS, I always want to say email it to me, but then I know I won't look at the receipt, so I always have them print it to me, and it's like forever long. It's like the longest receipt in the history of man. All right. So like you can get the ponytail holders and you can just put a key ring on there. So you can do that and you can get them in a variety of colors. You can get them in clear so that way they could be gender neutral and what have you. So let's get this party started. This comes together really fast, and if you already have this and you made it, then you know very well how fast it comes together. So we're going to first place these two pieces. You can either cut this out with your SVG and or you can cut this out by hand like I did. You just trace the pattern pieces on the wrong side of the pattern, and then you put wrong sides together and you can just clip it real quick. I'm using some alligator clips. and make sure everything is nice and aligned. And then you're going to, there on the pattern piece, they had a hole punch part for the flap. So you're going to punch those holes out, and then you're going to just bring it forward, and you're going to use now the 2 holes that are punched out as a pattern piece. I'm going to use my quill and now use as a template. I'm going to unclip this and punch the holes. I have to do the sew a swivel. I promise you, when it's just one layer, I always feel like we have to swivel it to get it to work. I'm going to get my cam snaps, and I'm going to get the female parts. I'm going to go for maroon. Why not? Because it's so easy to go for black. So I'm going to get 4 of these prongs, which if you ever stepped on those barefoot, it is worse than Legos. I'm going to get 2 males and 2 female portions. And I don't even know why I'm doing that now, because I will lose one before before it's all said and done. You can get these, you can get mini cam snap different colors at Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobbies, and again, Amazon, if that's your go-to to getting supplies. And cam snaps, of course. So I got this press from Mikas and Margot, and on my Mikas and Margot, I have not only my eyelet, but I also have a cam snap for male and female. Parts. So the female part has the male indentation in there, and I'm just going to screw this in. And I'm going to put the prong, the male portion, which is a nice sharp pointing part, in first. And stick my cam in and press it down. And what it does is it kind of just smashes the sharp part down and flattens it into the female part, so that way it becomes all snappy. They have handheld if you don't have dies for your cam. If you don't have a press, they have handheld, and they're really super affordable. I honestly believe like every single sewist has one of these in their sewing room, the handheld at one point. I mean, they may have multiple. I'm just going a little bit deeper because this is only one layer and it was kind of moving around, and you could flatten it just a little bit more. I'm going to remove the female part. The only bad part about having it on your press is like the unscrewing and screwing of it, but other than that, it's perfect. I got the Mikas and Margot press because I have so many dies for this. So I have this press, but my favorite press is the one from Buckle Guys. I have so many things for that too. Most of my bag feet are from them, and I absolutely adore it. So from here, I'm going to move these pieces onto the other side. And like I said, look, one of these are missing already. Let's just pray now that I don't step on it, because you guys will hear a god-awful sound. We're going to now place these 2 pieces together as best as we can. Just line them up. And once you get one area lined up, clip it. And then continue to clip. clip it again. You can use as many or as few clips as you want. And just try to make sure everything is lined up. So we're going to go take this to the machine, and we're going to use a stitch length. I'm going to use a 3, and I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and at the end. And I am going to make sure you do back stitch because this is where the opening is. We're going to start. I'm going to start right here in the corners. We're going to go all the way around, even onto this pocket part up here, and up around at 1/8 of an inch. But the reason why I'm starting in the corners is that's going to be the area that gets tugged on the most. So I feel like that is the area that's going to need a little bit more love. So because I'm starting and stopping here, and that's where the back stitch is, to make it a little bit more symmetrical, I am going to put a back stitch right here too. So it can look purposeful and symmetrical. And it'll make it more reliable, that if you understand what I'm saying. Because have you ever, I'm an overstuffer. I use a Triskel. That's my wallet. I've had the same wallet for 4 years, but I am a person that puts 4 credit cards in one slot and gift cards and things like that. So I'm the overstuffer, and I think most of America is. I know when we clean out our wallets, we're like, what is this? What is this? I have cards that are expired from like 2020 and on up, and we do that. It's just, that's a part of who we are, and that's our nature. So I know if I gift this to someone, they may stuff more than just 1 or 2 cards in here. So I want to make it where the seams don't bust and it's reliable. So if you backstitch here, backstitch over here, so it's symmetrical. Okay, let's sort. And take your time. I'm using a narrow foot, but you can use like a regular foot. Just follow your 1/8 of an inch guideline. I don't have a guide for 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm doing is I'm looking in between my toe, the toe that is closer to the right hand side. I'm looking in the inside of there. And whenever I have to stop, because this machine does not have a needle up, needle down, I'm putting my foot all the way down. I'm putting the needle all the way down, and I'm pushing it all the way down till I feel the resistance of it slightly trying to go back up, and that's when I pivot, which is accurate for this project because this is the project where Chandler Bean was stuck in the box for 6.5 hours. Well, yeah, it was 6 hours. Yeah, he's a better friend than me. I mean, he's not, because we all know why he was in the box, but man. And this is perfect for all machines, domestics, industrials, straight stitch, whatever your walk of life is. So this is where I'm going to back stitch 1 on, and I'm going to just back stitch 2. So that way it looks just like the back stitching I'm doing over here. All right, I'm going to trim these threads. And then what I'm going to go do is I'm going to take it from this side, and any area that is kind of poking out, I'm just going to take my scissors and make sure that everything is even. And any fuzzies I'm going to need to address at this point too. Okay. So before we go to the next step, the next thing I would do is fire. I will singe everything to make sure, because like this fabric I got from Backstitch, it's like the blood red. It was during the run that they had with the Wednesday Adams. There's a it's super gorgeous in person. I love how it looks. I would probably go ham crazy if there was a nail polish that was this color. Um, so I'm just going to singe any extra little fuzzies. And if you were going to edge paint, this is where you would stop and edge paint. Now, the most delicate part to edge paint would be this. I would recommend you build it up very slowly on this because it's only one layer. And just take your time. But I'm not doing any edge painting, so we'll proceed to the next one. I just want to make sure that none of the fuzzies are going to come out, and just make sure that I really did address any excess from peeking through. And if I trim, then I go back over with a lighter. Just to by singeing it, you're kind of sealing in that edge so that fuzzies won't just come out. If you're using leather, you don't have to do this. Or sometimes a cork, it just depends on if the cork has a lot of print. I notice when there's a lot of dye in a cork, the backing is a little bit different than when the cork is more natural. So we're going to now put the male portions in to this. Okay, we have one, and I gotta get another backing. We're going to put it on the back. And that's the reason why I'm saying that you may want to do the edging first, because if you had to trim down anything, or you have a bigger snap and it kind of pokes through, it may interfere with the edge painting, and you don't want to have edge paint on your piece. So I know you will like, hey, I'll just put it on when it's all done. You don't want any edge paint on the plastic, because then you're going to have to get like acetone or something else to remove it. And if you're working with faux leather, that can strip the color of the faux leather. It's a whole ordeal. So we have this, and you could be just done with it right here. You got a cute little cutie patootie. The wallet opens and closes, and you're done. But we're going to add the grommet on here. So we're going to put a hole in here right about here. So with the eyelet, their eyelet and a grommet are pretty much the same thing. So you have, let me put this cam snap away. I'm sorry. So that way I'm not trying to set a eyelet with a cam snap, because I would. So for my cam snap eyelet, it's a flat bed, and it has a small little donut hole in here in the divot. So that is at my base. Yours may look different. Every manufacturer for a press has something a little bit different, but this one here has a dome shape, and it fits inside of whatever eyelet size you're supposed to have, you're using. Eyelet sizes come in all different shapes and sizes. I believe, I want to say these, I'm trying to think, I think my eyelet size is not very big. I think it's 1/4 of an inch. That's usually the standard for like a smaller one. I'm using a gunmetal. So you have the mel again, where you have that, and then you have the female. Now, the thing about the female is there's a smooth side and a rough side. So you want the rough side to go towards the material. If you have the rough side out, it will still work, but then every time you touch the back, it can be kind of scrapey, and that's not That's not cute. You don't want that. You don't want to reach for something and you're scraping your skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a hole for my eyelet. You don't want to have the eyelet having a hole bigger than the 1/4 of an inch, but at the same time, you're not trying to really stretch the hole because then you can get ripples around the eyelid, and again, that's not cute. So you kind of have to balance it out. What I like to do is take my eyelet and just try to match a hole that goes over like this. See, it fits perfect. This one fits nice too, but it pops off. So like I try to go and try to fit it, but like I'll give you an example. Let me go for the biggest setting. Sorry, my my thing's kind of busted. I use it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I sew for many, many hours, but I can't put it. You'll see I cannot put it over the biggest setting. It's too big. So I can't put it over the second biggest setting. It's too big and won't fit. So if you could, what I do is if I could put it on it and it could fit, that's the setting I'm using. I want it to fit snugly, but I want it to fit properly. So that's my rule of thumb when it comes to 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch eyelets. It's to just put the male portion onto the hole punch, and from there I rock it. Oh, you only have it only is one piece, so it does it roll on itself or does it like like starburst? Because I always get the ones with the washers on the back because man, oh man, those get rough. They can get rough. This is, I still have like a little bit of showing on that, and that's okay. Practice takes progression, and there's no such thing as perfect, but there is a such thing as, practicing your arts. So I'm going to go about my stitches are right here. I'm about to like hop around about 1/4 of an inch away from my stitches and punch my hole. Do the sew a swivel. And then I'm going to put my grommet through. So the grommet should fit nicely because we measured it. If it's too small, then you're going to have to squeeze it in. And like I said, you'll get the ripples. Okay. Then there's the rough side and then there's the smooth side. I'm going to put the rough side towards the bottom of this. Okay. I'm going to put the eyelet on here. And I'm going to set it. And when I set it, it's both now smooth and the eyelet rolled over and created a nice smooth surface so I can rub my skin over it and it's ready to go. I really do recommend having a setter. I know people like cam snaps. I don't have a cam setter, but I do have Amicus and Margot. The reason why I got Amicus and Margot, one of the first bag designers I got me into sewing was So Sweetness, and that is the rivet press that she has. And Amicus and Margot is on Etsy. They're a small mom and pop business. They have tons of YouTube videos for like almost every single one of their presets they have. They're based in Seattle. They have awesome customer service. Even during COVID, when I would have questions about different stuff, they would send me stuff. They're just a really awesome customer service. So I use Mika and Margot. But I hear really wonderful things about cam snaps. If you are a person that's using a lot more eyelets, I would recommend you getting a press. But if you're like, no, I don't have that in the cards right now, I do know that Amazon does have like eyelet setters that are by hand, which is really comfortable. And then they're very similar to this. They have a top and a bottom, but it's by hand, kind of like a press like this, and they're magnetic. And the only reason why I know this is because a friend showed me when she was working on a banner, she was using them and she was using a 3/8 of an inch. And she says, oh, I love this thing. She got like the whole thing for $39. She got like 100 eyelets and just put eylet setter into Amazon, and then you can look through the reviews and see what's best for you. But they also have grommets like that as well. Because I have a 3/8 of an 8-inch grommet one that's by hand, because I was having the hardest time with the setter with this, and I do have a grommet setter by hand, and it's very similar to a plier. So if you do this, then if you're a person that uses a lot of eyelets, and it might be something that is more advantageous for you to do. Um, so once you have that, then you would just stick your key ring in. But like I said, if you want this really cute thing, I think this is a really cute option. And I did put a link in there to just like an example of where you can get these hair ties, these scrunchies, and then you just put whatever keychains, and you can get keychains circles in any color. You can get them in rainbow, you can get them in rose gold, whatever. You don't have to get them in just nickel anymore. So you put this on, and if you don't have long nails, or you have nails and you don't want to damage it, there is ring starters that you could put in, and they can help you slide the rings in. I just apparently don't care about my nails. And you have like this cute thing, and I just think this is really cute for like any age, and just super fun. And I also even think this will be cute. Hear me out. If you got clear snaps and you got clear fabrics, like clear or jelly, and like it's a field trip. And so like everyone's ID or names in here, like my name is Dustin, and like everyone's stuff is in there, so like the person that's on the field trip monitor can identify people and talk to them, or if they have a food allergy, they could be putting it on there or whatever. So I can see a lot of like purposes for this. I am the over imagination queen, so when I see something, I just run with it, and I can see a million things for it. This is like a very, very cute idea, and I think Jenny did a fantastic job making these. I'm like obsessed with this. So that is it for today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post comments down below. If you do like these videos, if you could comment, share, and like, it does tremendous for my channel and the algorithm. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Saturday with a new look and a new project. I wish you a very happy Friday. Stay whimsical. Bye.